Welcome to CIT live stream, and today we have our career teacher, Miss Caren, and she's going to speak to us about several things: what careers entails, what should be done for one to follow a certain career path. And after the end of this discussion, I hope only a careless chick will be a victim of the prey. Madam, in 2 minutes, maybe introduce yourself.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Caren, a trainer at Coast Institute of Technology. My field of specialty is in ICT, and I also hold the Office of Career Services.
Thank you, madam. My first question, before someone gets into a certain career path, what are these factors that someone should consider to avoid midway interactions?
Okay, so there are several factors that determine a path that he or she might follow career-wise. Depending on the background, how someone sees their parents growing up and what their parents do can influence their choice of career. Because there are some, maybe they might have seen their parents being entrepreneurs, not being stuck in a 8 to 5 p.m. job and admire such a lifestyle. There are some maybe seeing their parents follow entrepreneurship or being self-employed, seeing the struggle, maybe at times the business is up, at times the business is down, might prefer to follow a particular path where there is permanency and they are sure of salary at the end of the month. There are some maybe they can be introduced to a skill early on in life. Maybe it could be swimming, something as simple as swimming, something as simple as football, something as simple as maybe drama, music, and they feel so much at peace doing the particular art, and maybe they want to follow that path. There's some maybe, like I remember growing up, your parents insist on studies, insist on studies. So in their mind, they pursue that the only way to make it is through studying. Maybe your parent insists on lawyers, on being a lawyer, on being an architect, on being a doctor, on being an engineer. So it depends sometimes with the molding of the parents at a young age, and maybe the role models or the peers that they could see growing up. But also, at times it depends on the subject combination in high school. Some of them might like a subject like chemistry, biology, and want to pursue a career path related to the particular unit that they like. Like you can see someone do double maths. You see someone pursuing maths from degree level, master's level, PhD level, just doing maths because they like that particular subject. But now you see if you pursue something like maths only, it means that your career choices will be limited, sort of. You can either be just a trainer, or maybe you combine the mathematics with something like IT. Mathematics IT can be very good with things like artificial intelligence. So, a lot of factors.
Okay. Madam, there is this scenario whereby someone is being forced to do another career which his or her parents consider the most. But according to this person, he is interested or she is interested in doing another career. Yeah, but at the end of it all, he ends up doing the career that his or her parents wants her to do. What can you do? What should be done?
It's very important for parents to be flexible and not adamant. Parents to try and understand their child. Parents to try and understand that the world is changing. Parents maybe to try and understand that passion pays. What I would advise maybe such a parent he or she should look at the particular skill that the kid is insisting on, or the particular career path so the kid is insisting on, with a larger picture. Maybe I can give an example of someone I know who is very good in dancing and music. He or she can go to any place and start dancing or just playing music, but the parent is insisting on the kid to do glasses, fixing of glasses in the house, in houses or in organizations. Now you see this kid, he does the fixing of glasses, but he does not have passion for it. When it's 5 p.m, ashatoka kazi. But when he's doing music or dance, he can do it at any time, even not being psychologically prepared. There's a way that music and dance can pay if you advise the kid well, and if you also do a lot of research about the particular area. So no matter the skill that the child wants, if you open up your mind and with consistency and discipline and focus and hard work, it can pay. Something as simple as just making eyebrows for ladies, something as simple as that can pay very, very well. So it's important for the parent to look at the world as a place that is changing and not be adamant about particular career paths, because you can make your child get into depression just because you are forcing them to follow a particular path. Okay. I'm not saying parents are 100% wrong, but they should try and fit into the shoes of the child and give the child a chance to explain how they intend to what? And so it's very important for a parent to have a sit down with the kid and give the child a chance to elaborate maybe how they intend to pursue, and given that as a parent you have experience, you understand the dynamics of the world, you advise the child accordingly. So the child will feel supported and the child will not want to let you down. So our role as parents is to guide the children.
In our institution, there are several cases, but I'll just give you one case.
Okay.
There is this student who joined this institution in 2019.
Okay.
He joined as a business student. In second year, he shifted to ICT.
Was that after doing NEC exam or?
Yes, after doing NEC exam.
Did he or she pass or failed?
He failed.
He failed, okay. So he decided to change course.
He decided to shift. In third year, he again shifted to another course. As we speak right now, he is doing hospitality.
Okay.
Maybe, how can this situation be controlled?
Okay. We, right now, with the Office of Career Services, when a student wants to change their courses, normally there's a form whereby you go to your HOD for the particular department that you initially were enrolled in, explain why you want to change the course, then you'll be directed to the Office of Career Services before going to registry office and now being enrolled in the new department or in the new course that you want to pursue. Now you see, in the Office of Career Services, we have to have a sitting with you and help and try to understand you, where you're coming from. What were your passions when you were, what was your passion, when you were in, during childhood or maybe in high school? Which subject combination did you take? And why did you take the subject combination? Which grade you took? What you like to do? So, and we'll also want to, as we are having a sitting, we'd like to understand what made you choose the first course in the first place. You're saying he or she was doing business. What made them take that particular course? Was it the influence of the parent, or he had foreseen maybe some prospects in that particular area? And then we'll also want to understand, why are you choosing this option, because I'll ask you questions like any career opportunities that you know in that particular course. For example, maybe you're taking a course in hospitality, maybe you're a female. I'll ask you whether you're aware of the odd working hours for hospitality trainers, maybe the harassment that normally goes on, maybe the working hours, maybe the standing too much, maybe the having to be very what it involves. So we'll have to have a sitting and get to know whether you're aware of the dynamics of the particular course, and maybe even if in the particular course you have to be fully employed, or there are chances where you can get to be self-employed. Maybe the dynamics of the job and the opportunities within your mother country enough, or you have to get opportunities maybe outside the country. So it's when you come to the career office, will help you understand, will help you reflect and get to know whether you really understand the course you're going to do or not. And similarly, if institutions would be able to get to have good working relationships with the industry. In future, I would like to see, before students get enrolled in courses, they do something called job shadowing. Job shadowing is such that you go to an industry, maybe you want to be an electrician. So you identify a particular organization, you go to that organization, you see an electrician, a day in the life of an electrician. So you are working with this person, observing what he or she is doing. Maybe a day in the life of a hotel, maybe receptionist. So you're just seated there, seeing what this person does in their day-to-day activities, so that you get to know whether you are ready for this or you are not before you choose the particular course. So you know that's only possible if institutions have good rapport with industry, so that our students can be allowed to pursue that. So that's unfortunate. It's happening a lot. Trainees are changing courses because they are not aware of which career path they want to follow. But it's something that can be looked into with sittings, and also we can be doing tests, personality tests. Like we have a tool online that is free. It's called ReaSec. During the induction meeting for the freshers, instead of just having a talking with them and telling them of the courses in different departments, we can have this ReaSec tool where you get to understand your personality and the possible courses that you can best fit in.
What are these measures that you have put in place as an office to ensure that all students in the institution gain enough and required skills or recognized skills in the institution?
Maybe you could elaborate a bit.
Okay, I'm asking, what are these measures that you have put in place as an office to ensure that all students in the institution have gained enough and recognized skills in the institution?
So maybe you are pursuing a course in ICT as the Office of Career Services to ensure that you are getting enough ICT related skills. Okay. So, in the institution, our courses are both theory-based and skill-based. Departments have to ensure that they have the equipment, the tools and equipment that are related to the courses that they are offering. And if not, departments are allowed to have field trips so that the trainees can go and see for themselves maybe things or tools that are not physically in the department. Also, industry attachment is it's also a way of studying. It's a practical exposure for the trainees, and departments can even recommend, if you want to get this particular skill, the best place to be attached is in such and such an organization. Similarly, here in CIT, we are fortunate to be close to Tavevo, a water and sewerage company. It's a very good industry for for the students who are pursuing maybe plumbing, a course like plumbing, for the students who are pursuing courses like electrical, like Tabevo, and even students who are pursuing courses like mechanical, automotive, because they are willing to donate some of their machines that they're not using, some of the vehicles that they're not using for practical sessions. So, and also in the hospitality industry, right now we are having something called dual training. Dual training is such that you can have 2 weeks in the classroom, then 2 weeks in the industry. So we are having such an arrangement with African Lodges Hotel and with Wildlife Hotel for the hospitality and tourism, for the hospitality, food and beverage students. So those are some of the mechanisms the institution has put in place to ensure that our students get exposed. For example, if you want to do something like networking, instead of having our system administrator doing the networking, we liaise with the ICT students to be able to do the networking, to be able to do things like repair and maintenance or installation of software. So in a way, we are exposing them to skills where they're still in the institution. So we still have a long way to go, but we are doing our best.
What ways do your office use to support realization of different trainees' careers?
For them to realize different careers. Okay. So for example, some might be very green. They are not aware of possible careers that they can get into. But when you come in as a new student, in the first week or second week in the departments, when we normally have the induction meetings, career paths is normally a mandatory item in those induction meetings. As much as you're being inducted on the courses that are available, on the trainers that are available, on the timetable, another area that trainees are normally supposed to be inducted on is on the career paths. Another way that the trainees can get inducted on possible career paths is through holding events like career fairs, whereby we invite different organizations into the institution to talk about opportunities in their organizations. So you see that you might get to hear of a field maybe that you were not aware it existed. We've done a career fair that we invited many different organizations in one day, but I think we can change how we do the career fairs so that we can focus on departments. Industries that are based on particular fields, maybe weekly. We can have weekly career fairs for specific industries so that trainees get to understand a lot. Also, we have career mentorship forums whereby we get experts from the industry to come and talk to the students about their experience and maybe possible fields in the industry.
On 27th May 2023, there was a career affair in the institution. But according to my own investigation, so many students complained that they never got the information that there was a career affair in the institution. What are these measures that you have put in place to make sure that whenever there is such an activity in the institution, all the students in the institution? Yeah.
Okay. So regarding the career fair, we passed the information bit. Okay. So regarding the career fair, I remember it was on a Thursday. Classes were still supposed to go on as usual because we didn't want to disrupt classes, given that Friday we would also be having another event involving students. So maybe information did not cascade down very well to the trainees, but mechanisms that we used to pass the information was through the school website. We had a post on the school website, we had posters on social media platforms like the student portal, We had a poster on regarding the upcoming events and even maybe what to do's and what not to do's during the career fair. We had forums with our student ambassadors who were representing departments, and they were supposed to cascade this information down to the students. So maybe in future we look for better ways. We can have even a publicity roadshow, maybe explaining the importance of the career fair and why it's important for the trainees to come in to get involved in such an activity. So we hope for better audience in our next career fair.
What's the work of the career students head? Student ambassador.
Career ambassadors. Career ambassadors are trainees who are passionate about their choice in course and possible field. Career ambassadors are meant to be inducted very well so that they can be very self-aware and be very confident in themselves and their potential, such that they want to cascade this down to their peers. So a career ambassador is someone who is skilled through trainings on things like leadership, things like personality. They understand themselves in terms of personality, in terms of things like writing of CVs, writing of cover letters. They're very good when it comes to communication skills, negotiation skills. So these are arts that they're learning slowly by slowly as they're still in the institution, so that they can help all the other trainees who come in. So in case we have trainees who have problems with writing CVs, writing cover letters, instead of having to come directly to the Office of Career Services, they can identify a career ambassador who can take them through such an area. Maybe someone does not know areas where they can go for attachment or internship. Career ambassadors are meant to be with this information at their fingertips so that they can well advise their peers. So, as the Office of Career Services, one of the major things that we are supposed to do is to host a lot of virtual trainings or face-to-face trainings or in-house trainings for the career ambassadors to better their skills so that they can help their peers. Yes.
In 2 minutes, your closing remarks.
Okay. So, the Office of Career Services is meant to help students understand themselves and their potential when still in school. We are supposed to help link the students with possible employers. We are supposed to induct trainees on entrepreneurship skills, so that skills like negotiation, good negotiation skills, understanding the client, things like maybe understanding a particular target market, how to best brand yourself, how to be patient, and maybe how to be persistent, how to be consistent. All those are skills that are supposed to help you in pursuing, even in the workplace, hard work, respect, how to dress up, how to do what else, how to even just styling your hair, how to talk, how to present yourself. Those are some of the things that we are supposed to be inducting trainees on. We are supposed to have such setups. What can I call them? Such mock-ups, so that students get to understand what to expect in the world of work. So as the Office of Career Services, we are still starting small, but we have a 5-year strategic plan. We intend to So as the Office of Career Services, we intend to ensure that every student who comes out of CIT is all round and not half-baked. We envision to see industries make inquiries regarding our students, such that our students even get placed or even get opportunities while they are still studying, because they fit the market on how they present themselves. When they go for attachment, they fit the market, so that we can reduce unemployment rates among the youth within our institution. So we envision to see Coast Institute of Technology having lots of collaborations and linkages with industries, not only local industries within Kenya, but also international organizations. Like having exchange programs for our students can be a very huge plus to ensure that our students get placed or are self-aware and self-employed. We envision to have incubations for our students, maybe their ideas that they come up with. We envision to have incubation for them. We envision to have an incubation center within Coast Institute of Technology, all in all for the sake of our trainees and betterment of Kenyan youth.
We have come to the end of our discussion, and I hope we have exhausted all the questions that you needed. I hope our Miss Career have given enough feedback and responses as you required. Remember, in anything that you do, in any situation that you are passing through, God must always prevail. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and comment to our channel.